Like, watch till the end. Let's dive in some creepy videos. I think CGI, definitely CGI. What do you think? Blow up the comment section. What do you think about this cloud?
What the fucking hell is that? I'm out here on Coronado fucking Island. I don't know how well you can see that.
Looks like a flying alien
That's in the
octopus
fucking
or
sky,
something. What do you
above
think?
the ocean.
Some flying space
What
octopus.
the fuck is that? Oh, that's a trip.
Just have to listen.
Whoa.
Huh.
What do you think that?
People are seeing two suns, and this is not only happening in one place, it's happening all over. As you can see from the pictures and videos, are people seeing the sun in another planet, or could it be just a reflection? And has anyone here seen this for themselves? I'm looking
What
at
do
the
you
sun
think,
right now,
Planet Nubili?
and I only see one.
Yes, I know about it.
Now
and
check
they
out
call
this
it
picture. It
Planet
looks like
X.
two suns to me. Now in these next two pictures, it does look like it could be some kind of reflection of some kind. But this next video, you can definitely see either another planet or some type of double sun. What do you think?
Lodenki. Wow.
Yo, this guy created the iPhone. Now he wants to destroy it. Check this out. Now, Imran was one of 6 on the team to create the original iPhone. His name is literally listed first on the patent for the slide to unlock feature by Apple. And recently at a TED Talk, he unveiled a new device that you don't hold, yet you wear it. Check this out.
Hello? Hey, Bethany. How's it going?
Good, are you a Ted?
Yeah, I'm on the red circle right now, actually.
Oh, great, good luck, and don't forget to mention me.
Let me show you something.
Oh,
Invisible
the future is
devices
here,
should
man.
feel so natural to use that you almost forget about their existence.
What do you think? Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
You'll note that's me and my voice speaking fluent French using an AI speech model that's part of my own AI.
小姐姐来自哪里呀？
安徽
今年多大？
44，
做的额头加中下面部大拉皮第几天？
第5天。
术效果满意吗？
目前看还行。
全脸大拉皮术后第10天啊，效果非常好，苹果肌复位，下颌缘塑形，筋膜提升啊。
阿姨今年多大了？做的全脸大拉皮，今天拆线了。哇，这伤口太好了哦！哇，额头看一下啊，中下面部、颈部3个部位，哇，效果太好了，至少减龄20岁啊！感觉怎么样？
姐来自哪里呀？今年多大
61，
做的额头加中下面部大拉皮啊，今天第几天？
今天12天。
12天啊，术效果满意吗？
非常满意。
好，谢谢。
Вот, смотрите, вот отсюда вот, и, короче, вот здесь, ну. Часов, блядь, что, фух, блядь. Она опять сейчас переживет. Вот, глянь, Михаил, смотри. Твою мать. Резко, глянь, смотри.
What do you think, man? Some mirror.
Все? Да, вот что это такое?
This is not a movie, this is a real footage. It was taken by a person recording live. What do you think that is? That skull, that skeleton over there? Is that Godzilla? What? that spell. You saw it?
Back in 2005, I was actually stationed or deployed to Qatar. It was a completely normal mission for us. We were not alerted for anything abnormal. It was in the middle of the day. I remember coming into a base in Afghanistan called Bagram. Back in those days, it was pretty austere. It was an old Russian air base that we were using. It's basically built in a bowl in the mountains where you have to stay high right up in the last minute, and then you basically come screaming back down to land. The area to the side of it was called the Valley of Death because during the Soviet days with the Mujahideen, they had fired their rockets into a lot of the helicopters, so you could see all kinds of wrecks and stuff in the valley below, which for the most part I didn't pay attention to because I was a little busy getting the airplane on the ground safely. We landed and basically was told to taxi to the very end of the tarmac. And like I said, it was middle of the day, very hot. I remember that. We opened the doors and unloaded the equipment that we had brought in. And then we were met at the aircraft by what we later on called the babysitters. But they kind of introduced themselves and said, hey, no cameras, nobody's taking pictures here. We're moving some high-value stuff. When the load got there, we're very, of course, curious to see what it was, because that's just the way you are when you're told that you're not allowed to have a camera. They say this thing had been dead for maybe a day or two, but it stunk. And when I say stunk, I've smelled dead things before, but this had a more of a, I want to say a musky stink, kind of a, not really a decay, but more of a, if somebody hadn't taken a shower in like 10 years type of a musky stink is all I can tell you. And it was basically a dead guy. And this guy was extremely large. When I say large, our pallets are basically, if I remember correctly, about 9 by 12 feet or so. This guy was laying in a fetal position on the pallet. So he filled the pallet. We estimated his size at approximately 12 to 10 feet tall. I did see his skin color. I was expecting somebody of more Arabic descent, being in Afghanistan and all. I know he was dead, but he was very pale, very white. Another thing that us and the rest of the crew did was we took our feet. He was in a fetal position, so you could take your feet and put it kind of, you could see where his feet were there, and they were wrapped up. He did not have shoes on, but he had like looked like he was wrapping them in some kind of a canvas type stuff. But we were sticking our feet up next to his feet, and his feet were extremely big. We know that the standard weight on one of those pallets is about 1,500 pounds, and I do remember that the loadmaster did the weights, and it was around.
Then we did. Now, if you are not getting what is happening here, this live footage, real-time footage. Back then in 1945, people were watching in USA while the bombing was going to take place in Hiroshima. Yeah. It's like they mounted a camera to the bomb.
Keep to the ocean here.
Yeah, and this site went down.
In what? Eggs. That was. But.
Yo. How could they do that to people?
But. On and up.
These are definitely some cold-hearted guys here that are watching this.
We can't talk.
It is even written approximately on 40,000 people dead. Yo. Even some kids here are watching. Some cold-hearted kids. I wish you could see their faces clearly and maybe you could identify them.
Story. A large, brightly coloured object was seen travelling very fast above Zimbabwe, Zambia and South Africa.
I thought it was an alien and he had big eyes.
Several planes saw it. The experts are baffled.
Rua, Ariel School, 19th September 94, 12:12 local time. Could you tell me what you saw on Friday?
Well, it looked like it was like glinting in the trees. Like it looks like roundabout like a disc, like a round.
Are you sure it wasn't a Harrier jump jet or something that the Zimbabwe Air Force
It was like in a disc.
This is Area School, Zimbabwe. Massive UFO sighting in 1994.
Kind of like that.
Apparently 60 children
I saw something
saw
silver on the
UFO
ground
aliens
amongst
with
the
ice
trees.
in bush.
And the person
where?
in black.
Their school
They had
playground where
big
they were
black
playing.
eyes. That's all I saw. I saw a glimpse. They kind of turned around and stared and then went back into a kind of like ship.
Back then in
saw this-
1994.
The silver thing in amongst this clump of trees with this one thing sitting on the side and another thing sort of like running up and down the top.
What does he look like?
His face was like this and his eyes were down here.
Mr. Mackey, you're headmaster of Ariel School. Tell me, what do you think of all this?
I feel sure that the children feel that they did see something. We asked them to draw pictures of what they saw on Friday, and after looking at those, I definitely feel that they did see something.
What do you think that was?
I agree that it could be something that we are not common with. But to actually say that it was a UFO, I would be reluctant to make a decision like that.
What did you see?
I just saw a glow over my chicken run. A very orange glow.
It was a helicopter or
No,
what?
it was just a big round ball.
Can you just tell us what happened the other night at Kariba?
We suddenly looked up and we saw this thing coming over the top of the hill. As it sort of came abreast of us, it suddenly changed from this glow to let's say two big red orange balls. Again, first thought was an Airbus 300 with the two engines. But then one thing we noticed about it was the lack of sound. In total, I would say about 14 people saw this in our group anyway.
They did tell me from London this would be the biggest story of the 20th century.
As I said to Tim yesterday, I mean, I do believe the children saw something.
Saw a door.
What equipment have you brought with you?
Well, Gunther is a highly technical chap, and he's made his own Geiger counter, his own metal detector. We're going to check it out and see if there's any radioactivity there.
Cindy, what are your impressions after this morning's little expedition?
Well, I certainly believe the children. I've come across a similar type of thing in Broadhaven in Wales, 1979, and the British didn't believe it, although I went down 3 times, and it's very similar to the whole incident here.
They definitely saw something.
So this frickin' thing, it's staring at me.
What?
It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
What?
I think I don't know what to do. But it followed me home and it is
Bro,
absolutely
is this
staring at
a
me right
real
now.
ghost? Yeah, man, shit.
Alright.
Yeah, we can freak out.